Hi, I'm Richard Fleener, and this is Legendary Collector Cars TV. Today, in episode 6, we are going to show you a small part of the sideshows at the 2012 Indy 500. Now, you might go for the race, but there's far more to be seen. First off, will be the Leonard Skinner concert. It felt a lot more like Woodstock than an Indy 500 race. Then we'll take you to the public drivers meeting on Saturday before the race, where Andy Granatelli drops the F-bomb. And finally, a few shots of the party on Saturday night out in front of the Speedway on Georgetown Road.
Anyway, how many of you were here last year? Great. So anyway, for those of you who weren't here, this is my 66th race. 66th year and 67th race. I'm the only living car owner from 46, 47, and 48. I'm pretty sure I won't be here. and I'm the only driver from 1948. All my friends are gone. But I'm here because I love people, and I love auto racing, and I love this track, okay? There's nothing like it. It's the best fucking track in the world, please.
So it's a great pleasure to be here today, representing BorgWarner, and also to recognize some very, very special people in the racing world. As you know, it's been a great tradition on Memorial Day weekend. Race fans here in Indy and around the world come together and think of the Indy 500 and who's going to win the BorgWarner trophy. So while we look forward to an exciting race tomorrow, which I'm sure is going to be wonderful, and we'll get a new face added to that great trophy, today we want to spend a few minutes and recognize last year's winning team owners and driver. So the winning team owners, Brian Murtha and Steve Newey, brought together many, many years of racing history in 2009 and formed Brian Murtha Autosport. So only 2 years later, in just their second IndyCar Series start, they won the Indy 500 on the 100th anniversary of the race. That's a pretty darn good batting average, gentlemen. So we wish them the best of luck as well tomorrow. Last year's winning driver, Dan Weldon. Everybody knows how much he loved the Indy 500. And his image appears on the trophy for his victories in 2005, as well as last year. And he holds a remarkable record here at the Speedway. 6 top 4 finishes in his last 8 starts. As you know, in 2009 and 2010, he finished second. And for those of you that all remember the exciting finish to last year's race, Dan was running second again, behind Hildebrand, who, as you know, hit the wall in the last turn. That created the opportunity for Dan to capture his second Indy 500 victory. I think we all know Dan would have been so excited to be here today to receive his second baby boy. So as I asked Brian Murtha and Steve Newey to come forward, I also ask if you would to join me in honoring Dan by celebrating his life, his win, and also to welcome his wife Susie, who is here today to accept the award. Thank you very, very much.
Thank the drivers for their great efforts for the last 2 weeks. Watching the on-track behavior, it gives me great confidence for what you guys are going to see tomorrow. For the start of the race, we're looking at 4 pace laps, so it's going to be 4th time by. The pace car has been used differently this year, which will be the case for the Indianapolis 500, which should contribute to you seeing 11 rows of 3 coming down to take the green flag for this race. In the event that we go full course yellow, unlike some changes that we have made this year, the pits will be closed. The drivers are expected to get the field under control there is an opportunity for drivers that have not had a great day to get wave bys and get their laps back. So that is a change that is good for the competition. For restarts, we have, I know, not very acceptingly gone back to single file this year. I've already talked to the drivers, and as far as what I've seen from these guys this year, I'm very confident that we will be able to go back to double file restarts here next year. Another big item that's been changed this year, restarts the last 20 laps of a race. We'll put the lap cars to the back to let the guys up front go at it for business, for a victory for the 500. For my experience here, these guys totally rock, and I think they're going to give you a good show tomorrow. Thanks for coming out.
It is a pretty rowdy crowd on Saturday night, and much of what you see is R-rated and not suitable for this show. It is far calmer than it was in the 70s, but still not a place for young children or women alone. It is safe, but be prepared to be embarrassed unless you are a hardcore party animal. See you next time on Legendary Collector Cars TV.